All right, let's say you've got $1 million saved up. How much can you spend in retirement? We're going to just kind of run through that today, talk about how to think about it, and arrive at maybe the answer for you to hopefully help you do some of your retirement planning. My name is Scott Caulfield. I'm a CPA and a CFA charter holder and the founder of Sophos Wealth Management. I really like to start with kind of what a safe withdrawal rate is. So if we're going to assume you're already at retirement, you've got $1 million, and we say we use that classic 4% safe withdrawal rate, you could take $40,000. Now, if you had no other sources of income, no pension, no Social Security, and 40,000 was it, that might not even be the true answer on what you could spend, because where is this $1 million at? Is it entirely in taxable accounts, savings, checking, investable brokerage accounts, or is it in IRAs, 401ks, Roth IRAs? If that million is entirely in a 401k and you take or entirely in a traditional IRA, you take a $40,000 withdrawal, you've now got $40,000 of income. If you're single, you get your standard deduction, but you're still going to have to pay taxes on a pretty good chunk of that. So you might lose roughly 10% to taxes. So you might have more like $3,600 to spend. But if you had another $40,000 in Social Security, well, now you're getting closer to 75, 80,000 in spending. And we can kind of build from there. If we have that $1 million portfolio and we take into account pension, Social Security, you can kind of start projecting what's your tax rate at. If, let's say, you don't expect to have a lot of longevity, maybe you're comfortable with an aggressive investment allocation, or you do project strong returns, maybe you would think 4%, that's a little too conservative for my taste. I want to take 5% and spend more like 50,000. I like seeing people be conservative, but 5% in most historical situations has worked out, although it has failed. That's the important thing to consider. And I also think you would consider the starting point of today. Inflation's a little bit higher today than it has been the past few years. Well, other than that 22, 23 peak. But you've got inflation to worry about. You've got an expensive stock market to worry about. The one kind of silver lining though is you've got much better interest rates. So that would sort of help the safe withdrawal rate. If you can kind of be more flexible in retirement, if you started with a 5% withdrawal rate, but you said, if my portfolio does poorly, I'm not going to be rigid on my withdrawals. I'd be willing to lower my dollar amount of withdrawals, then that might be okay. If you're looking at an earlier retirement, you might need to adjust that to a lower rate. If you're retiring even later, you have a low expected longevity, might be able to bump that a little bit higher. So hope that gives you some things to think on. Always encourage you to check out my website. Lots of good info there. And go to my YouTube channel if you want a lot more content. And please like this video and subscribe. Appreciate it.